What's up, everyone? What's up? How you guys doing? Come on in. Come on in. Come on in, guys. You know what today is, right? It's my favorite day of the week. It is Thursday. Happy Thursday to you guys. Happy Love Thursdays. And on Thursdays, I give my personal commentary on Love Thursdays. Today's topic is going to be moving on. That's right, guys. Moving on after the relationship is over with. And why is that so important? Well, guys, in our day to day life, guys, you know, and I'm going to just put it out there and just be real with you guys. We all want love, guys. At the end of the day, no matter how much money we have, no matter how successful we want to be, we all want to be loved. And shout out to love. Shout out to love, guys. Love is real. Love is a natural emotion that we all have. Not only just in relationship, of course. You can love your friends, you can love your best friends, you can love your family. It's a natural emotion, guys. And a lot of times with all this alpha male and alpha female nonsense today, we tend to take it for granted, right? But when you move on with your life, and before we get started, let me just say this. I am not a licensed professional, nor am I a doctor. I'm just a man with a camera with his own personal opinions, right? So I want y'all to come on in and sit down right there and let me just give you my opinion, okay? And if you like this content, please consider subscribing to the channel, hitting that like button, and hitting that notification button. That way you'll know when new content is being presented to you. Also share with like-minded people like yourself, okay? Now, back to the subject at hand, because this is Love Thursdays. Hold on a second. It's called Yukon Outfitters. Got this at Buc-ee's in Jacksonville, Florida. Only $10 or $11 or something like that. But anyway, I don't care how good looking you are or you think you are as a man or woman. Guess what? We've all experienced some kind of breakup. Whether somebody break up with us, we break up with someone else, or if it's a mutual understanding between two people, right? And it don't always have to be an adult. Of course, you can start as a teenager or even a young child. You know, breaking up is hard to do, guys. It could start from an infatuation as a child, and as an adult, of course, it turns into a relationship. And everyone is different. Now, in this case, in this situation, because we're all adults, hopefully, in this viewing this commentary as adults, right? At least 18 years and older. When you have a relationship that ends, whether it's mutual or some individual ended it for some sort of reason, just move on, guys. Especially if somebody breaks up with you. Don't sit there and wonder what went wrong in a relationship. You just had your time. And it was a learning experience for you. Sometimes I think God put people in our lives for a reason and a season. That's the key word, a season. Right? And that season could be because he wanted you to learn from this and to grow and have a personal relationship and see what it's like to have that personal relationship and learn from it and learn what not to do in the next relationship. And also, I can add to that, don't try to go back and fix it. Once you departed from people, You know, it's good to reflect on the good times, and you know, there are bad times as well. But sometimes you just got to move on, guys. You just got to move on with your life, right? Now, there are exceptions to the rules in relationships, especially if that person hasn't cheated on you. It could be a death of a child. People do that. It could be because of other circumstances, financial. It could be anything. But if that person has not cheated on you, excuse me, yeah, you can probably work it out again. I see no problems with that. But for me, if someone's cheated on me, you got to cut it loose, guys. I can't handle that. Have I handled that in the past? Sure, I have. Just like everybody else. Because for me personally, when somebody cheats on me, it's always going to be that stain in the back of my head. You know what I mean? It's always going to cause some sort of doubt. And I don't want to put myself through that. And the other person that's with me, I don't want to put her through that as well. So if I can't trust you, I can't be with you. It is what it is. Let's be friends. However, as an adult, and it just depends on you and your morals, you can have friends with benefits. However, if those feelings still attached to it, on the other hand, you might just want to cut it loose altogether, right? But mainly what we're talking about today is moving on from that relationship to growing your life and just living your life, your best life after that relationship. Not just hopping out of one relationship and going to the other, because what happens is if you don't give yourself a chance to heal and you just jump into another relationship, you bring all that baggage from that prior relationship into the new relationship, and you don't want to do that, guys. I say give yourself anywhere, they say 6 months, I say give yourself a year before you get another relationship. And I know some of y'all are going to say, well, when I met this new person, it was love at first sight. Well, yeah, to a certain degree, I kind of believe that. But you still got to take time to not only heal, but to get to know the other people as well. And just, when you're over a relationship, now it's normal to reminisce about how you guys were when you were together. And grieving is a normal part of a ending relationship. But just give yourself a chance to breathe. You know what I mean? It could be, and to heal. Could be 1 to 2 years, guys. Could be longer. Sometimes it's okay to be alone. That's what a problem with our society today. Everybody's afraid to be alone, except me, and people like myself. Let me tell y'all something. I can be by myself for many years and have no problems with it. Literally, I'm a mountain. I can live in the mountains and be perfectly fine. Hell, when they said Prince died, he died alone, and he was in that big castle. The entertainer, singer, genius, musician Prince, played 27 instruments or more. And he was in that big studio / house that looks like a building. I don't know if it was 2 or 3 floors. I'm not sure. He had an elevator, and he died right in front of the elevator, mysteriously. But he was happy living alone. Maybe it's a Gemini thing, because he was born June the 7th, June 11th. We both Geminis, we can live by ourselves. I'm just kidding, guys. It has nothing to do with zodiac signs and all that nonsense now. But certain people have the same characteristics. I'm just one of those kind of people that I'm content. I can stay in a mansion all by myself, a big mansion by myself, and I can stay in a boring area, a very boring area. And no, I'm not an incel. I love being around people. As a matter of fact, some people don't like a whole bunch of crowds. I like crowds. I could take it either way. I'm one of these people that I like when it's really, really crowded, or if it's just hardly nobody in sight, and I'm just fine either way. It's one of those kind of people because I'm a very social type of person, but I enjoy my me time to me. I really enjoy that. And I know it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago when I was talking about reflection on life. You gotta sit back sometimes, guys, and reflect on your personal life, on your personal being. And you can't do that with all this distraction around you, right? And it's nothing wrong in the beginning with reaching out to friends that's giving you advice and so forth, and you intaking all that advice from other sources and other people, sometimes from social media. But you gotta take it with strive, guys. And you take little pieces here and there, and in the end, you gotta be by yourself. Like I said in one commentary about 4 or 5 weeks ago, sometimes it's good to suffer in silence. Because a lot of times when we're by ourselves, we get a chance to think clearer. We can reach out to a higher power being. And we can do some inner house cleaning. There's nothing wrong, guys, with being by yourself at times, you know? And there's nothing wrong with reaching out to friends when they're going through something. Just don't overburden them, and don't you overburden other people's with your problems, right? A lot of times when I get through with these commentaries that I do, I sit back and I self-reflect. That's why when I tell you guys, go ahead and let yourself to the door, because I'm going to sit here and just self-reflect. That's what I do, guys. I reflect on my personal life and where I'm going with my life, right? But you have to sort out a step in your life to get from one point to the other. Because love is a beautiful thing, guys. Being in love, but if it's ratchet and struggle love and all this nonsense, then you really haven't experienced love. To me, and I'm sure a lot of you guys will agree with me, to me, real love, when somebody loves you inside and out, and there's a mutual bond. But you have to learn how to give as well as take. And I know a lot of you ladies out there like, take me the way I am and all this and all that nonsense. And sometimes you gotta sometimes change for the better, guys. And that's an interpersonal thing. Well, I ain't gonna change for him and blah blah blah. Okay, fine, be by yourself. The words of Kevin Samuels, the late Kevin Samuels, buy a dog and be alone. We have to adjust our lives, guys, to improve. That's why you got to be by yourself a lot of times. To see self-reflection and what am I doing wrong? Why can't I have this relationship? And sometimes it's right in front of your face, the answer. But you got to reach for a higher, be by yourself and reach for a higher power. I mean, I call him God, but I don't know what you call him. Because trust and believe me, brothers and sisters of all races, if you ask him, he gonna show you your flaws. He gonna show you your flaws. And it's up to you if you want to improve and make your life better. But moving on with your life and being alone, there's nothing wrong with it, guys. Nothing at all. Especially with self-reflection, right? And with that being said, guys, this was Love Thursdays. And it was just basically about moving on. I know I had a two-parter last week. I hope you guys enjoyed the interracial love and true interracial love. But those were, and you can go back in the archives and watch that if you choose to. And those are based on true stories. I may even do a part 3 to that. But for now, I want to thank you guys for listening to my commentary. And if this is the commentary for you, I ask that you please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, hit that notification button. That way you'll know when new content is being presented to you. Also share with like-minded people like yourself, okay? And with that also being said, I'm not just Tim, but I'm Tim's on Demand. Oh my. All right, guys, go ahead and let yourself out. Let yourself out. Open the door. Go ahead on. Make sure you close it so that no flies or critters will be able to come in. And I'll catch you guys on the next show. All right? But for now, be good to yourselves and be good to each other. Have a happy afternoon, evening, and a good night. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one.